Shalom. We give our praises to Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi. Double honors to the apostles of GMS that rule well, and the rest of the prophets and the highways and byways that's doing the work of Yahawashi Yahawashi. Today we're gonna do a quick lesson, a quick topic about trusting Yahawah and not to trust in men. All right, that's why we don't vote. All right, that's why we don't vote for like Donald Trump, or we don't vote for these presidents or these prime ministers, because we trust in Yahawah. We don't trust in men. All right, so the brother's gonna read some scriptures.
All right, this is Psalm 118 verse 8. It is better to trust in Yahawah than to put confidence in man, because men ought to make wrong judgments, you understand? And they don't ever put themselves in another brother's shoes, you understand? So we're going into 1 Corinthians chapter 13 verse 1. He said, though I speak with tongues of men and of angels, I have not charity, I am become as a sounding brass or a tinkling cymbal. So what Paul's saying, man, he's saying, you know what? I got to have this charity, because without charity, nothing can be done. You understand? If you don't got love for your brother, then how could you love your heart but shame your shine? You understand? You know that scripture where he say if you say hate your brother, and yeah, but that's been on that precept from a place to water. You know, because a lot of these brothers like to move harsh with other brothers in the whole congregation, man, and we need to stop that. You understand? Go ahead, Doc.
1 John 2 verse 10. And the children of Yahawah manifest, and the children of the devil, whosoever do not righteousness is not of Yahawah, neither he that loveth not his brother. For this is the beginning, that you heard from the beginning, that we should love one another.
God.
Not as Cain, who was that wicked one, and slew his brother, and wherefore slew he him? Because his own works are evil, and his brother's righteous.
God. So the Most High there say it right here, man. He said, you know, you have to love your brothers. You have to show that love. Regardless of what, we always have to put ourselves in another brother's shoe, because we don't know what another brother facing. You understand? So that charity is important. Verse 2. And though I have the gift of prophecy and understanding all mysteries and all knowledge, and though I have all faith, so that I could remove mountains and have not charity, I am nothing. You understand? So without charity, all these great gifts Yahawashi gave you, you're still nothing, because you don't got charity, man. Go ahead, Ab.
Yeah, Khan, that's right. The brother on point. So that's what brings the camp together, all right? Is that love, that charity. That's what brings a family together, is that love and that charity, all right? If two brothers are clashing in a camp, then, I mean, it don't make sense being in the same camp, because it's going to have that clashing and that division. That's why it says in Amos 3 verse 3, Zach, you can please give me that. Amos chapter 3 verse 3 says, how can two walk together unless they be agreed? If you can't, that's like a Muslim and a Rastafarian preaching together. They can't, because they have different doctrine, all right?
That's Amos 3:3. Can two walk together except they be agreed?
God.
It's like,
yeah,
it's like with the music too. Like, if you have a bar, if you playing your music and this one playing their music hard, it's gonna clash. There's so much noise. So it's the same thing. We pushing one song, right? Revelation, I believe in Revelation 14. We pushing one song, which is that song is that word. So if someone come out with this next song, our next doctrine, our next spirit, it's gonna be noise. It's the same thing. It's the same thing, because we all on that one song. But we come with this someone come out of nowhere, buy singer radio with this next song, it's gonna be confusion. And Yahawah's at the art of confusion, man. And y'all niggas confusion.
God.
Right?
God. Right. Yeah, so they verse 3. And though I bestow all my goods to feed the poor, and though I give my body to be burned, and have not charity, it profit me nothing, man. So, man, we really need to get our mind in the right state, you know, to show this love to one another, man. Because at the end of the day, we been in one mind, one spirit, preaching this one doctrine, and yet still striving in between one another, man. It can't work like that. You understand? Verse 4. Charity suffereth long, and is kind. Charity envieth not. So that some brothers envy some brothers in the truth. For what reason? Where is that charity? Where is that charity? Charity reigneth not itself. It is not puffed up. You understand? Because some brothers feel, you know, because we have a little more knowledge in some brothers, They feel you know that they all there. But most I see, man, I hate a man with pride. You understand? And we see the more wisdom you gain, the more you're supposed to become, more humble, man. So if a brother, you know, hey yo, if a brother, the spirit is jumping a brother to do something, man, you're not supposed to be hating on that brother for that, because guess what? It's the spirit of Bahasham Yahawashi. You understand that we say be in one mind. You understand? Get that scripture. Go ahead.
And you gotta remember too, we're all in the flesh. We're all in this flesh, all right? So if a brother makes a mistake, you can't kick him out the camp. You can't kick him out the camp because he made a mistake. If a brother didn't make it from the works in, maybe something happened. If he needs advice, or if you need to reproof him, then reproof him. Tell him, you know what, have a little more communication. If he did have communication, let you know, hey, I ain't gonna make it for the works, you know, or I ain't gonna make it for the feast. You can't suspend him for that. All right, that's what that charity and that love is in it. That's in Psalms 103, verse 1. It says, blessed it is when brethren dwell together in unity.
And there's some things that you could address. You know, if you're a camp leader, there's some things you can address on your own. You don't necessarily need to go to the elders for everything. Now, I'm not saying you. Of course, the elders. We look up to the elders. You know, we get advice from the elders. But I'm saying some things you can handle as your own person. You know, it's gotta be running to the. You know what I'm saying? That's pettiness. Yahawah don't like that petty shit, man. That's out of time, man. We Israelites, man. You're not gonna be playing tattletale all the time.
Like little children.
That's the shit that we're doing in the wilderness. All right.
That's where you get the term teacher's pet.
Yeah.
There's the back of the brother. This is Psalm 133, verse 1. Behold, how good and pleasant it is for brethren to dwell together in unity. You understand? So we're even what Paul was saying, he said there will be some that is weak, some that is strong. And we're supposed to do what? Help one another along the way. You understand? We're supposed to help one another along the way. So even if our brother stumble and fall, you're supposed to be what? Your brother's keeper. You understand? And you say, well, hey, you do something wrong, you talk to your brother once. If you talk to him once and he change it, fine. If you talk to him once, twice, and he change it, and 3 times, what the Most High say? Bring it to the council. You understand? Reprove that nigga in front of the council. You understand? Man, so we really gotta practice this charity, man. We really got to do that. Go ahead.
Yeah, Khan. Another part of this too is we can't be changing the doctrine as we go, or we can't be changing rules as we go. All right, we gotta stick to the doctrine that we learned. Don't change the doctrine and be teaching something different, man.
That's something you have to.
All right. If you have a question, go to a brother that's higher in rank than you, and ask him, hey, you could ask questions. All right, don't change the doctrine as you go. As Colossians 2 verse 8, traditions of men. You know different than these churches. You know different than someone that's celebrating Christmas if you change the doctrine as you go. All right, because this is scripture. I can't remember what it is exactly, but if I remember, I'll put it up. Right? It says, "Remember what thou hast learned." You have to remember what you learned, man. All right. And when you're in this doctrine, when you first come in, don't be trying to, battle IUIC, GOCC. All right, don't be trying to battle them, because these guys been in this for years. They know their shit. They know their facts. All right.
Exactly.
So you can't be going against them, because you just came in for a month, and you think you got all this knowledge.
Yeah,
all right. Before you speak, in Galatians 6, a man then think he is something when he is nothing, man. You're nothing in Yahawah's eyes, all right?
That's right.
You're just like a little dot. You're just like some cricket.
That's like you, right?
All right?
You a babe in a sport, right? Imagine you going up, you starting off new, and you going to battle someone like Mike Tyson, who's a legend. Or you in basketball, and you battle someone like Charles Barkley. How the hell you gonna battle these men? These men know that shit, and they been in it, so they could trap you up. You sort of small, man. Don't go for a battle you know you ain't gonna win. Right?
That's right, that's right.
Yeah, something there? I have a precept here. This is 1 Timothy chapter 1 verse 3. As I besought thee to abide still at Ephesus when I went into Macedonia, that thou mightest charge some that they teach no other doctrine. So don't change the doctrine, man. Because the Most High say in Revelation, man, he say if you change anything that is in books, in this book, he will add the plagues of Egypt unto you. So don't go around changing the doctrine that you was taught. You understand? Stick to the doctrine. Stick to the doctrine. Go ahead, Ak.
Yeah, the brother's on point. That's right. You know, stick to what you learn. All right? I mean, that's what I do. I just stick to what I learn. I don't try to dissect the Bible and make up some new doctrine that doesn't even make any sense. All right? And keep it simple, too. Like, if you can't explain Revelation 17, right? Or if you can't explain Daniel chapter 7, don't be trying to explain that. Because you have no facts on it. Do your research first. And I think 2 Timothy 2:15, it says, study to show thyself approved, all right? You have to study. All right? And if you don't have the time to do all that studying, then every day go over a couple scriptures. You know, the scriptures that you have, keep going over it, all right? Pace yourself, because when you first come in this truth, you're a babe. You got to drink milk before you can eat meat. So you have to pace yourself, all right? Because when you first go to school, when you're a little child, you don't start going to algebra. You first learn your addition, 1 + 1, 2 + 2. You learn your multiplication. Then as you go to school for years, then you learn more and more until you get to your max, until you get to the maximum level. All right.
This is on 1 Corinthians chapter 3 verse 2. I have fed you with milk. Why you fed you with milk? Because you're young. You understand? You ain't gonna give a newborn baby meat to eat. He don't have teeth like mine to chew that. So you give him milk. He said, I have fed you with milk and not with meat. For hitherto you were not able to bear it, neither yet now are you able. Because why? You had to get that experience, man. Like when you look at the word elder, man, it looked like somebody who's in rank in a long period of time. You understand? Like to make a corporal or a sergeant in the army, you have to serve a certain amount of time. You understand? Spiritually, not carnally, spiritually. Because if you go back into Romans 8, what the Most High say, it is I'm gonna go to the scripture, you know.
All right, man. Let me say something while you getting at it. When a brother is in a more higher rank than you, and he has more knowledge, doesn't mean he's gonna be in a chariot. All right? That's when humility comes in. Just because a brother knows more than you doesn't mean he's gonna be in a chariot. There's some brothers that's now coming in, and they might go in a chariot. But you know, before a brother that's been in the truth for a long time. Because Moses didn't even see the promised land. He wasn't even able to see the promised land. He led the children of Israel through Yahawashi, through the Red Sea. And he didn't even get to see it because of one mistake that he did. He didn't give Yahawah Bahasham that praise when he got the water out of the rock, if I'm not mistaken. All right?
That's exactly what it was. All right? This is Galatians 5, verse 26. Let us not be desirous of vainglory, provoking one another, and envying one another. Right? Yeah, you can.
Yeah,
that's
right.
Because the brother we're talking about that rank, and that rank how spiritually, because the Most High say here in Romans 8 and 6, he said, I'll start from 5. For they that are after the flesh do mind the things of the flesh, but they that are after the spirit, the things of the spirit. And just to pause for a cause, when Yahawashi come back in the perfect, in his flesh form to condemn flesh, you understand? He was young when he went into the temple, man. He was young in age, and he had these other people like, nigga, what this nigga talking about, man? How this nigga got all this knowledge, man? Because why? He was what? He was, but they that are after the spirit, the things of the spirit. He said, for to be carnally minded is death, but to be spiritually minded is life and peace. So that spiritual mind, man, is that spiritual mind will give you that experience and that elderness, man. You understand? Nothing matter of age in like this kind of flesh. You gotta be spiritually, man. You gotta be spiritually, man, because Yahawashi was spiritually, man. When he went up to all these big people, man, these scribes and the Pharisees, man, he went out spiritually, man, and he was only little. You understand? It's until when he reached 33 years.
Yeah.
You understand? That when he started ministry, like really going out there and start doing the work. You understand? But other than that, all the time he was like cutting these niggas left, right, and center, man. Cutting these niggas, man. Right, huh?
Yeah, that's right. And another thing too is, Yahawah's not dealing with numbers. All right? I mean, what I mean is, right? Like, there's some people that think they gotta have all this men. All right? Yahawah's dealing with small numbers. All right? He's dealing with small numbers because I'd explain this, Zach. I'd explain a good explanation with Gideon, right? That he's dealing with small numbers.
Yeah.
All right. It's not gonna pause it. Alright, so we're gonna bring out the scripture to prove, to show that Yahawah is sometimes he deals with small numbers, alright?
2 Peter 2 verse 4. For Yahawah spared not the angels that sinned, but cast them down to hell and delivered them into chains of darkness, to be reserved into judgment, and spared not the old world, but saved Noah the eighth person, a preacher of righteousness, bringing in the flood upon the world of the ungodly.
That's right. So Noah was the eighth person, alright? It was only Noah's family that was saved. All the people in the world, only 8 people were saved. So imagine the second coming of Yahawashi. It's gonna be a small elect, a small remnant. I don't even know if I'm gonna be saved. We're hoping and praying. Brothers that you think that wouldn't be saved is the brothers that will be. Because of pride. A lot of brothers in the truth is proud, man. They think you know how you buy a ticket for the theater before you go and watch the movie? That's how they think it is. They think they have that seat. They think they have that spot in the chariot.
Have a short ticket.
You don't have a for sure ticket. You're just hoping and praying. That's when that word faith come in. Alright? But that's pretty much the lesson we had today. We might do a part 2, Lord willing. You have anything to say, Ak?
Nah, you go ahead, Ak.
Yeah. Anything to say, that's pretty much it, right? So there's some quick topics we want to address. Alright? It came up in the spirit. And we decided to bring it out in camera, alright? So we hope your brothers learned something new today. We give our praises to Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi. Double honors to Apostle of GMS. And Shalom, Barakadah.
Shalom.
Yeah.